Hi everyone, I am so excited to film this video for you because meditation has been life-changing for me and I did not want to put it off until next week. I want to do this today. I want you to understand this, find value in this, and I need you to start practicing it today, and I hope and pray and wish that it changes your life like it did for me. Okay, so quickly starting with meditation, I think I was introduced to this word back in 2015-16 when I was not in such a good place of my life, relationship wise, college wise, career wise. So a little bit background about me, and I'm not embarrassed to say this about myself, but I had always been this person who would be a lot about how things look on the outside and doesn't really cares about what is going on the inside. So empty relationships, empty beauty, empty knowledge, empty money, empty financial show off, and all of these things. And I was just like really consumed. So for me, life is about eating out, dating men, not studying well, not really paying attention to the career and everything, and being dependent on dad. But I was not really like dependent on dad. I used to still I used to give personal tuitions to kids because I also wanted to be independent at the same time. But my intention towards my life was very incorrect. So I need you to write down these things, not my story, but intention. Okay, first thing, your intention towards doing things. So I was in a relationship because, hey, being in a relationship is cool. I used to wear fancy clothes. I used to not repeat my clothes. I always used to dress up because it's a sign that, oh, I have so many clothes, I am not repeating anything. Right? So that is something that I realize now. I did not realize this about myself back then, but when I sit down with myself right now, I just think like so many things that I've done have been so shallow, but it's okay. I mean, it's a part of life and you learn and you grow, so that's okay. So number thing would be intention. Your intention towards life, your intention towards doing things. So what is my intention behind being so open and honest right now? What is my intention behind making this video? What is my intention behind writing answers on Quora? What is my intention behind posting on Instagram? Am I doing it for likes? Am I doing it for followers? Am I doing it to bring value to someone's life? Am I just doing it because everyone else is doing it? Or am I just, everyone is talking about meditation, so let's meditate. Everyone is talking about yoga, so let's do yoga. Everyone is talking about Pilates and HIIT, so that's what we do. So your intention towards meditation in this very point is very important, because I need to know, why do you want to meditate? Like, where have you heard about this? What do you think it is going to do for you? So if you think all of the life's troubles are going to go away as soon as you start meditating, I'm sorry, that's not going to happen, because that's not what meditation is. And meditation is also not what I am saying. Meditation is something that you define for yourself. You define happiness for yourself. You define success for yourself. You define joy for yourself. You define peace for yourself. You define worry for yourself. And in the same way, you define health for yourself and you define meditation for yourself. Okay? So write down your intention behind meditating and write down what would it mean to meditate. So I used to think about meditation as, people are sitting closed eyes and they're just not aware about the world and they're just floating. It's a state of bliss and ecstasy. And I was like, I would love to feel that. Yeah. But you can't just see someone in an ecstatic state and be like, oh, I'm going to sit and I'll be there. No, you also have to look into the kind of work that person has put in, the kind of emotional baggage they let go of every single day, every single hour actually, and they don't carry any luggage with themselves about life, relationships, career, family, anything XYZ, and they just they just keep it very, very light. So speaking about myself, this is what the kind of person that I was. I am so proud to say that I'm not even 1% of what Ankita used to be 2 to 3, 4 years ago, even last year. And so I was like, I have to start at least practicing this. So I used to see a lot of videos and I used to try to get up and sit with myself, and I just used to be like, oh yeah, just close your eyes and sit. But it doesn't work, because there is so many thoughts that just go on and on and on and on. And then sometimes like, oh, is this meditation? Oh, am I meditating? oh, is this what meditation feels like? You know, there's just always some kind of thought going on, and it's just like, I was like, okay, I'm sure I'm doing something wrong. Yeah. So what I did was number 3. So we've talked about intention. We've talked about what does meditation mean to you and what do you really expect out of meditation. Yeah. Write these 3 things down, write down your answers, and then move ahead. So I was like, okay, so I sit down and I get these hundreds and thousands of thoughts. So I thought I'm going to write down my thoughts. Like आकर भी कितने thoughts आ सकते हैं? 100, 1000, 2000, 10,000, 20,000. I'm going to write it down, okay? And most of the times you would realize that one thought is very repetitive. So it could be good, it could be bad, and you're just living with that one thought multiplied by 1,000. So I made a diary. So I have like these, this is the diary that I used to use back in 2014, 15, 13, 12, 11 actually, and 2014. So I can't really show it to you. Actually I can. So if you, I've put a date that says May 30, 2014, accomplished. Yes, I was in 12th standard now. So what I did was I took a diary, I took a pen. This diary was just dedicated to writing about my thoughts. Okay, so I used to just write and 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 write any thought and every thought. And I used to keep this time for myself. So I used to feel sad, I used to fight with my boyfriend, I used to fight with my family, and I used to just write it down. I was not doing well in my college, my grades were not that well, something would go off with the professors, and I would just come back home, and instead of crying and doing anything, I would just start writing it down, because it just made me feel light. So slowly and gradually what happened was, any emotion and thought that I used to put in my diary used to kind of float away, so imagine, imagine you are sitting at the bank of a river, or by the seaside, or on top of a mountain, or anywhere, okay, preferably a river, and you're just sitting here. The water is gushing away, the water is flowing, and there are a few leaves, okay? There are a few leaves, and every leaf has a thought that goes on in your head. So it could be anything, any thought, good or bad, and it's there on the leaf. You just sit down and you watch that thought go away. So it's like I slowly came to a place where I did not feel like I was going away, or I did not identify with my emotions and thoughts that, oh, I feel so sad, Ankita is so sad, Ankita is so sad. No, a part of me was sad. I put it on a leaf and it went away. It flew with the water, and I actually sat back and watched it go away. And this is what happened when I started journaling and writing. So I was not writing about what I want, what I don't want. I was just writing about what came to my head, and I just started putting it down. Okay, so this diary is over. I've put so many things inside of it, and you do not even have to read it. And if you think someone at your place is going to read it, I would just say write it down and tear the pages away and just burn it away and throw it away. But be honest with yourself, be honest with your emotions, and just write it down. Then when you write down your emotions, so let's say I say I feel so bad because she looked so pretty and I am not so pretty. Okay, and this is an actual real thought that I used to have, and it's very normal. So just in case if you have it too, you just need to know that I'm not perfect and I've had my bad days too, and we all have it. Okay, so we are all sailing in the same boat, and there's nothing wrong with you. Okay, so I used to write this down. Then I was like, why does someone else being pretty makes me feel so unworthy about myself? Why does someone else driving a car to college makes me feel bad about myself? Why does someone else scoring well makes me feel bad about myself? So what am I doing exactly to make this better for myself? And if I'm not doing anything, why do I even expect something out of life or from universe and all of these things? And I am such a firm believer of universe and vibration and energy and aura that a person carries with themselves. It's so real, and it comes with time. Okay, so I need you to write down your thoughts, and then I need you to look at them, and then I need you to see and identify what part of you is exactly so identified with that emotion or with that person or with that circumstance or with that situation? Like, what is it about him that does not makes me fall out of love? What is it about him that makes me so jealous every time he speaks to someone else? And it could be anything. I'm just giving you my example, but it could be anything for you. Okay, so I used to be like that, and I started noticing a pattern in between my thoughts, and it was someone else's behavior that used to dictate my mood. It was always, also, if he calls me and tells me I love you, I would feel great, and if he doesn't, he could still love me, but he was just not communicating, and that would make me feel like the shittiest person in the world, because I was not getting love from one person that I really loved. And that meant that my happiness, my joy, my peace, my ecstasy, my bliss was dependent on him or anything. And I did not want to be like that anymore. I wanted my joy, my peace, my happiness with myself, for myself, by myself, anytime that I wanted. And if I have to be in a place like that, there is only one thing, and that is I have to create it for myself. I need to create it for myself. And that's what I did. I started creating what I wanted. I want love. I started creating love for myself. So how do you love yourself? You eat well, you talk well, you sleep well, you nourish yourself, you stay in good company, you let go of friends. So eventually, so starting from 2015 to 2020 right now, I don't think I even have 3 friends as we speak. Like, not, I would not even say 3. There's like, I just don't put myself in a place, situation, person, argument that would drain me away from a dreamland world, a wonderland that I have created for myself, and I don't let anyone come in. Okay, and a lot of it, I wouldn't say a lot of it, some of it does get disrupted when I am so much online. So it's on Quora now, it's on YouTube and Instagram, and I do see a lot of negative comments as well, and it can sometimes, you know, make me feel like, oh, what are they saying? They're lying. Because it's just like I have tried to be so honest throughout, and when someone says anything otherwise, it's just like, you know what, you don't see what I'm going through, and when you say something like this about me, I just don't feel good, because that's not who I am. But again, why am I so identified with what you think about myself? So I could be fake for you, and I'm someone who is only wearing makeup, and I do not have any mind of my own, and I do not know about nutrition, I do not have a degree, etc., XYZ, anything. But that's okay, you know. So acceptance, right? This point, acceptance that it's okay. I don't care what you think about me, or it's okay if you think like that about me. That is completely okay too. Like, what exactly can I do to change it? Like, I can't come into your mind and be like, no, look at it, look at how good I am, look at how honest I am, look at how authentic I am. No, I can't be like that. And how many people are you going to go to and do this to? You can't. The one thing that you and I can do is just accept it, that it's okay. You know, people have opinion, people will have views about me, and I can't be perfect for everyone. How can I be perfect for everyone? I can't be, and that's completely okay. So acceptance of who I was, not just for myself but for others, and how others viewed me. So if your parents think about you a certain way, and so my parents have always thought about me as someone who is very careless, and they are right, for all the right reasons. But I am trying my very best to not be careless anymore, but to them, I'm just a careless girl, and that's completely okay, because my actions in the past have dictated that behavior, and that is why they think about me. But that does not mean that I will consciously not try every single day to be better, to be stronger, to be more careful, to be more responsible, and I practice it every single day. So just acceptance that it's okay. You think that about me, and I respect it. You know, that's all I can do. I can accept it, or I can let it go. So acceptance of that. Then I was introduced to this book, The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. I have recommended this on my Instagram a lot, and I've not even read this book entirely. So if you look at it initially, when you look at it, you will see a few pages where I've mentioned, and when you go in the back, it's just empty. It's just empty, and I've not read this whole book. So I've not read this whole book, and but this book has been life-changing, and you don't even have to read the book. If you just understand this, the power of now, and if you start applying that, that's where you start your meditation practice. It's one of the ways. It's not the only way. It's one of the way. So the more I read this book, the more I realized that everything that you want, it's either here or it's gone. So what is coming now? I don't know, you don't know, maybe some people do, but what exactly is coming, I'm not aware about. I don't know, and I'm not sure if I can do anything about it. So I might as well relax here, right? And I also put this in an answer very recently. So let's say I am sitting here and I am dreaming about a vacation and I have to fly to Egypt or Canada or America, whatever. And I'm just sitting here and oh wow, I'll go through this flight and I'll see the sunset, I'll see the sunrise, I'll see beautiful people, I'll eat great food, I'll cruise through, I'll see beautiful mountains, beaches, everything. Wow, it sounds so amazing. But at the end of the day, I am going to travel back and fly back home, exactly sitting right here, just then again, just reminiscing about all that I've done in the past. And if I am eventually going to be here, I might as well enjoy that I'm here and I'm okay. So Egypt is going to happen, America is going to happen, and that's okay. Even if it doesn't happen, that's okay, because my ultimate destination is me right here, right now, and this is my home. So not this place that I'm sitting under, just me and my mind, and I can create that bliss by just sitting here. So I can close my eyes and I can dream and visualize myself walking through the airport and just eating gorgeous food and just seeing beautiful people, seeing beautiful sceneries, and just all of these things that we all dream and wish about, just movie kind of things and everything, musical and all of these things. But I can create it for myself right now, right here, by just closing my eyes. So let's say speak about your favorite food. Let's say you want to have a dark chocolate ice cream with some almonds and cashew nuts and pistachios and pine nuts and macadamia, and you put some, maybe a dollop of vanilla cream or a coconut ice cream. So I can actually close my eyes, think about it, eat it, and let it go, because this is exactly how I am going to feel once I eat it. So it's about just, I started to feel these things right here. So instead of going out everywhere, oh, I'm so excited this is going to happen tomorrow, oh, I'm so excited this is going to happen this day, I'm so excited about this. No, I am so excited about now. I am so excited to be here. And that's where the shift came in. And then I was like, okay, what? So how would I celebrate this moment? How would I celebrate now? So I just started sitting and I'm like, okay, let's celebrate now. So you close your eyes, you listen to the gorgeous music in the background. I've put it for you intentionally today. I can hear a few birds chirping. It's pleasantly silent today. Everyone at home is probably asleep because it's noontime. I feel great. How was my day today? When did I wake up? How did I sleep? What am I so excited about? Why do I feel this way? Why am I sitting to meditate? What is my intention behind this? I think I just heard a pigeon. I think I hear a sparrow too. It's pleasantly beautiful today. I wonder what the sparrows are talking about. I wonder what the pigeons are talking about. And I just started being in the now. So I was in the now right now as I was talking to you. So this is just an internal dialogue. And once you have exhausted everything that is going on in the background, then suddenly you'll be in a state of neutrality. And then suddenly you'll be like, okay, what now? Nothing. And that is how you have the space to create everything. So we go back to nothing. Like, कितना सोच सकते हो आप एक चीज़ के बारे में, कितना सोच सकते हो? बैठो and think about it, think about it, think about it, think about it until there's nothing to think about. Then what? That's when your meditation walks in, and that's when the state of bliss walks in, the bliss of ecstasy, and just feeling like you're floating, your sick bones are not connected to earth anymore. That's how gorgeous you might end up feeling. And to me, that's meditation for now. So I can be in a very meditative space when I speak to you. I can be in a very meditative space when I read my favorite book. I can be in a very meditative space when I write down in my diary. So this is my 2020 diary, and I think I could just show you a little something. Nothing very private. So yeah, so if you look at it, so I've just written one thought over and over again. My emotions create my reality. 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 My vibration is in abundance of it, and all of these things, so it's like basic things. And so what I've done now is, so I spoke about journaling earlier. So when it comes to just writing down your thoughts and everything, now these are the thoughts that I write post my meditation. So I just write down how I feel. So your meditation can be for 1 minute, your meditation can be for 30 minutes, your meditation can be for 15 minutes, your meditation can be just writing down something, writing down a book, writing down an answer on Quora, reading a book, anything. That's your meditation. It could be studying for you, it could be playing piano for you, it could be listening to this music for you. And what you can do is, if you just sit down right now and maybe try not to focus on my voice, and maybe just focus on the music that's flowing in the background. So you can slowly let Ankita go away, and you can slowly start to focus just on the music. Okay, so Ankita going away is the thoughts and the presence going away, and then you are silently moving towards a place of nothingness. And always remember, when I have nothing, that is how I have the space to create everything. Okay, write it down for yourself. And so that's how I got into meditation. So what you need to do is your intention. What do you expect out of it? Why do you want to do it? How to do it? So just sit down, take a leaf. Okay, I feel a little tight in my legs because I've been sitting down for so long and it's so hot. Okay, that's a thought in my head. I put it on a leaf. I'm sitting here and I'm letting it just flow away. I'm watching it go away, and it's just going away with the water. So 1 thought, 2 thought, 3 thought, 4 thought, maybe that is something that would work for you. If you have some other practice that works for you, please do it. Please do not stick to what I say, okay? And anything, meditation is anything that keeps you sane, that keeps you going, and that gives you a bliss that people only talk about in movies, that makes you feel amazing, that gives you energy. And with meditation, you always have to remember, so initially what you can do is, a lot of people lie down in bed, put I am affirmations, and they are just like, they go back into sleep. That's not meditation. It's a good place to start at. But the best way to meditate would be to let things come in and let things go out. So if you look at yourself right now, your eyebrows are tensed, your jaw is tensed, your shoulders are tensed, your muscles are tensed, your tongue is, if you're not talking to someone else, your tongue is resting on the roof of your mouth and not on the bottom, right? So if you constantly just relax yourself, you would feel a certain kind of tension going away from here, okay? And we don't even realize the amount of tension we are carrying. So just do it right now and you will feel so much better. And maybe you can just take a deep breath along with it. So a deep inhale. When you inhale, your belly should rise like a balloon, okay? So you inhale, your belly rises, you hold it for 4 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, whatever works for you. And then there should be a very long ha sound from your mouth, and your belly, your navel button should move towards your spine. So you inhale for 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4, 5, 6, 7 seconds, whatever works for you. Your belly rises like a balloon. You hold it for 10, 12 seconds, 6 seconds, whatever works for you. And then that's all. And if you still have thoughts, all you can say is, I let it go. I let it go. I let it go. And letting go of anything, letting go of an emotion, letting go of a person, letting go of a circumstance, anything that does not serve you any longer. I can't do anything about it, so I just let it go. And at this point, you should also practice water memory and food memory. A friendly reminder for you to drink water. Okay, so water memory is a great place to start your meditation at. So maybe just sit with yourself, take a cup of water, and just sip with every sip. Just say, I can feel I'm healing. I can feel my cells are, beautifully orchestrating inside the body, carrying out all of these bodily functions so silently, so efficiently. You can practice it with food. So I love this. I love how this food makes me feel. I love to eat this, and anything, all these sort of things. It's a great place to start meditation with. Journaling is a good place. Just writing down your thoughts is a great place. Watching down your thoughts go with the river is a good place. And with meditation, few things that you should take care of is, it's not about how long you can meditate. It's not about how long you can sit in this asana. It's not about it's not about anything. It's about you, and it's about how it makes you feel. And if it makes you feel, so initially it could make you feel like, all of the emotions would start to surface. So this happened with me last year around October, November, when I started my clinical practice, and I was just getting out of a very bad place from my last relationship, and I was just I did not know what to do. I did not know what to write about. I did not know how to speak, how to talk, how to walk, what to eat. And I was just not in a very good place back then. And that's when I started to just sit down. Okay, let's just sit down. If I can't do anything, I can at least sit. So let's just sit with myself and see how bad can it get. So initially I used to get, thoughts about him, or what would he be doing, who would he date now, or will he fall in love with someone else again, how quickly he got over me, and all of these things, anything XYZ. And it's okay, it's completely okay if this happens. So I slowly started accepting, okay, this is my reality, and this is who I am now, and that's completely okay. That's completely okay. And I started finding a lot of guided meditation on YouTube. I will put down 2 or 3 links that I really like, and hopefully it should help you too. I highly recommend podcast by Deepak Chopra. They are available on Spotify and I believe Apple too. Amazing. Deepak Chopra is amazing. You should also read all of his books. They speak volume about good health. There is this book known as Conversations with God. It's a beautiful book. Unposted Letter. It's a beautiful book. There's this book, Tuesdays with Maury. It's by Mitch Albom. Amazing, beautiful book. So all of these books are like, all of these things will help you come back to yourself. So it's not about going higher or reaching at some place. It's about coming back inside. It's about going deep inside of who I am, not what I can become, not what I used to be, but who am I? And most of the times, at the end of the day, it would be nothing. I am nothing, and that is how we have the space to create everything, right? And with meditation, try to keep your back erect as much as possible. Of course, you can take a support, so like you're sitting right now, so you can just be thoda sa piche, make sure that your back is comfortable. So when you are sitting down, and all you can think about is how much this position hurts, just understand that you've gone too far and you need to come back. You need to find a position that works for you. You can keep your fingers like this. You can just keep your arms open. So it's like, I'm open to receive what universe has to give me. And you can just keep your palm lying down on your thighs. You can just sit cross-legged. You can sit not cross-legged. You can just sit on your sofa, on your bed. Any place that works for you. Any place that makes you feel comfortable is a good place to be at. Most of the times, when you will get better with your practice, you will automatically start being erect because you're no longer present. I am not here. I don't know what is going on with my back, my thighs, my bones and anything, because I'm not even here. I'm in just some ecstasy, and it's okay. I can be in a hurtful position for a while, and that is when yoga also helps, So yoga is like, the more you get into asanas, the more you get into stretches, it just opens up, it creates a lot of space. And when I want to create something, I need space. And when I'm nothing and I want to create everything, I need a space for that. So meditation and yoga will give you that space. So all I need you to do is just sit down and let it get uncomfortable. Let it be painful. Let it be painful. How bad can it hurt? How bad can it get? How much can you think? There's going to be a point, and post that it's just like it's just going to be like, okay, it was not that bad, you know, I got it, I got through, and it's completely okay. So I just need you to come at an acceptance that it might get uncomfortable, but it's not how it is going to be for the rest of your life. And when I just speak about myself 2020, I can sit down and meditate for all day. I've not done it, I should do it sometime, but I can sit and meditate for like at least 60 minutes, 90 minutes without moving, without speaking. I can do it, I've done it, and I practice it every single day, not for that long, but at least 30, 45 minutes, 50 minutes minimum. I'll put down 2 to 3 practices that have worked beautifully for me. I see the video has gone too long, and I can still speak like for next I don't know, 1 to 2 hours, so I'm just going to cut it short. Yeah, Ankita, short really. So anyway, I hope you find this helpful. I can also make another video speaking about the specifics and not just going into so much of details, but I just want this to be a conversation. I'm sorry if it has been too long, but just sit with yourself, and on nights when you feel like there is no one for you, I hope you can come back to this video. I hope you can find peace. I hope you can find a piece of you in me, and I need you to know that I'm not perfect, and it has taken a lot of time for me to get here, and if I have gotten here, you can get here too. If Eckhart Tolle can do it, if Deepak Chopra can do it, we can do it too. And I always need you to remember this. And nothing is ever ruined. You can come back from anything. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's going to get better. You just need to sit down, start breathing, and just know and believe that it's going to be okay. And it will get okay. Okay? Take care.